Okay. And let me just quickly plug that in. Time has come. Time for me to actually focus on Genshin. I've been distracted. I've been very distracted by Tower Fantasy. Speaking of, I'll show you something interesting later. But right now we're focusing on Genshin and Fontaine. So we're handing out magic hats, which does sound like an
I don't want that thing. Way I see it, if the
euphemism.
prophecy's true, it's still gonna be a long time before the water can cover everything. Life is all about living in the moment. What use is there in worrying about the future all the time? We'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
Yeah, just take it.
You should still take it. You never know when it'll come in handy.
Oh, all right, fine. Thanks. It's just that if I start moving, that means I've already given up on the life I have now. I'd really rather not.
What are they doing in the background? At least it's voiced. Oh, wait, we've forgotten to do the sacred thing. Do we have... Have we actually seen the wind glider yet? We haven't actually got it yet, but... Huh. That is very pretty. Bit uneven, but... Right, so we don't have that in the meantime, though. We'll... Wings of Companionship. Because you are a friend. You and Folklores, hopefully, will be the only companions I have from Fontaine. Who are you? I should probably read that board as well.
You're the blonde traveler that everyone's been talking about. My apologies for not recognizing you earlier.
Well, I kind of wish we could go anonymous, but...
Oh, a magic pocket? Seems you... Thanks. Please, I'll...
This better not be that thing where you prepare for... You get me?
You also believe in the prophecy. Keep it. I won't have any use for it.
This better not be a thing where you give something to the audience beforehand. And then use it to pull a trick.
What? You mean you don't believe in the
No, I believe in the prophecy. The story says that people once lived in... As time wore on, people desired to live on land and developed blood. So, if you ask me...
We hadn't heard that one before. But people can't live underwater.
We do. We did.
All right, I'll take it.
It just means everyone's going to get the statue's blessed, and then they're just going to be swimming all the time.
Oh, you already handed out all of the magic pockets?
Yeah, it only took us 3 days.
That was fast. So, what did people have to say? I bet you heard some... Yes, but that will change once disaster strikes. I know they'll change their minds, so it's only right to help them prepare.
Is there anything else you need to do before we leave?
Yes, one last thing. I have the magic pockets made by a workshop in the court of Fontaine. Since we're out and about, I was thinking about bringing him some more materials.
So, you want to collect materials? Just tell us what the materials look like and we'll help. Many hands make light work.
Oh, that would be much appreciated. We'll need some Romaritime flowers. I remember seeing them near the waterfront on the east side of the harbor.
Yeah, we got some. Actually, I should, before I even give them to you, I should check something. What do you level up on? Oh, firstly, how did you get these? There we go. What are your talents leveling up on? It's not romantic. Okay. As long as it's not those, we're fine. We're close to getting like a 10 pool. So there's that. Oh.
It seems we have to use Hydro to collect for maritime flowers.
Yup. Let's just shove Traveler onto the team, shall we? I don't particularly want to,
Road ahead.
as they're very unleveled.
There's no need to exchange.
What have you got on you? Yeah, I should probably level Harbinger Dawn. Wait, actually, hang on, I forgot I've got this existed. Okay. That's slightly better. Oh, hello. Okay, let me just my aim. Well, at least it's got a relatively short cooldown. Oh. I probably shouldn't tell them what stream I'm doing next. Oh! It's not too bad. I'm gonna get more of these flowers. Probably got that one. One more. So I could just focus on water jet instead of using the HP draining skill. I need to stop randomly collecting things. Why am I doing this? Why am I walking like a commoner? I can fly.
Quit following me.
Got your stuff. Here you are.
You made quick work of that. I can tell you're an experienced traveler. I've also finished collecting a few here.
Where?
Maybe next time you'll feel like helping too, Lynette.
No way. I'm in power-saving mode today. Otherwise, I fear I may not have any energy left for the performance at the Opera House.
Are you a design battle puppet too?
Fine. Though the performance is still a long way off. Now that we're finished here, we should get ready to head back to the court of Fontaine.
So, we're going to the court of Fontaine before we head to the Opera House?
Oh. Just walk away.
Wait, shh. Have you noticed that person over there? The young girl.
Pickpocket.
Huh? What's wrong with her?
She's obviously a thief. Magicians and thieves practice similar methods. We divert attention and a distracted audience watch her movements carefully.
She's looming right behind him.
Keep your voice down. We need to think of a way to catch her, but it seems she's very alert. Perhaps
Not
we
our
should
job,
split
just
up.
alert the local.
You two can
whatever.
ride the lift over there and wait up top. I bet that'll be her escape route if she tries to run. All right,
Is there rules for this? 'Cause I don't think we should be doing this.
Up on the gale.
I understand why this is made of stone, okay? 'Cause imagine if the water would just crash against it. If it was glass, it would break. But I don't want logic in my games. I want to look at the scenery as I shoot up. I wonder how badly this elevator could be abused. Oh, hello, cat. How you doing? Oh, it's been shut in my room. You shut yourself in my room, cat. Well, you gotta behave.
Too slow.
Gotta behave, kitty.
This is the spot where Linny wanted us to wait.
There she is.
Oh, look! Isn't that her?
Shush! Come on.
Oh no! Did she notice us?
You're staring right at her.
Direction! What should we do? Should we chase her? You're right. She might also be trying to... Nothing's happened for a while now. Paimon wonders if Linny caught the thief. Yeah, let's go.
Are you sure that's all she took? You should check to make sure you're not missing anything else.
No, anyway, I should be going now.
Oh, were you returning what the thief had stolen?
That's right. Pity I wasn't able to catch her.
I saw the general direction she went, but
Oh,
I'll be all right. It's just a twisted ankle, that's all.
if you want to play at being a hero, at least try not to get hurt doing it. Imagine what would happen if you managed to derail our performance as a result.
This is one reason why I'm not pulling for this guy.
You're right, you're right. Sorry, Lynette.
There was the absolute hideous fashion.
I have to admit that the thief was even more skilled than I had anticipated. But at least we were able to get the stolen items back.
what a slippery little thief. Guess things...
All right, let's put this little...
Do I have to ride it? I don't want to ride it. Well... I've already ridden it once and it's very slow.
So, we ride this thing to go into the city? What an ingenious way to get around. People in Fontaine really know how to use water.
This is an aquabus. It allows people to travel between several key locations around Fontaine.
Uh-huh.
It's pretty convenient, but the ride can become a little dull after a while. The scenery is always the same. That's why it's better to travel with friends.
So you mean it's still boring even when I'm around with you?
Ouch.
No, that's not what I meant. It's just that, well, you don't really talk that much. Besides, it doesn't really feel like a real trip when it's just the two of us. It's the same as being at home.
Whatever.
She's offended.
Guess that's what it's like to be an older brother.
It's about time for us to leave. Let's get on board.
I'm sort of surprised he can stand walking outside. Look at me, you don't automatically... Hello? You don't automatically think magician, do you? Hello, reporter.
Huh?
Paparazzi.
What? Traveler! Paimon!
Charlotte!
Oh, I never guessed I'd bump into you all riding the
Yes.
Aquabus. In the story of my life, this is big news.
You knew we were there. You followed us on
What are you doing
purpose.
in Fontaine? I didn't hear anything about you paying us a visit.
It was going to happen eventually.
It's quite the coincidence, but as travelers, we're always on the move. It's not surprising that nobody knew we were coming. Though we still have no idea how the Hydro Archon knew about us.
The other Archons warned her.
Paimon introduce you to our new friends.
They knew how much of a flake she was, so she was given prior warning.
Oh, no need for introductions, Paimon. I wouldn't be much of a reporter if I didn't know.
Nice to meet you. From the Steambird, huh? We've often relied on your paper to promote our performances.
It's an honor to meet you.
Now that everyone knows each other, Fontaine suddenly doesn't feel like such an unfamiliar place.
No, it still feels alien.
So, what have you been up to lately, Charlotte?
Not too much. When there isn't any breaking news, I mainly cover the trials at the Opera House. You can still manage to keep readers' attention as long as you tell things from a clever enough angle, even if it's the same old topics.
We need to get a subscription to this newspaper. It sounds weird.
For example, reporting on how a scammer once deceived vulnerable girls into relationships, or how a financial criminal was once so poor that they ate a single piece of bread for 5 days. Ah, you're right. Seems you know me pretty well. What I'm really after is exclusive, sensational news pieces that could shake the country. These smaller stories are a waste of my talents. Oh, I just remembered. I've been following a case lately. Well, a series of cases, actually.
Uh-huh.
You mean the serial disappearances of young women case?
Ouch, that's a heavy topic.
That's right. These stories are the talk of the town right now, and it's probably the most mysterious case we've ever seen. If I'm the first with a draft ready to publish when the case is finally cracked, and it's the headline story in the Steambird, oh, when that happens, I bet all the other reporters will shed tears of envy. I've already gathered all kinds of materials. I just can't wait for the truth to be revealed.
So, what is the serial
That's right. The first missing girl case happened almost
Huh?
20 years ago. And ever since, after a period of time, another girl disappears. What the cases have in common is that the girls are all of a similar age, and that they've all vanished without a trace. But the scariest part is that to this day, none of the girls have ever been found.
Well, don't pull them left and try to realize that it did grow up at some
Many
point.
suspects have been arrested over the years in connection with this case, but shortly after each arrest, another disappearance would always happen. Yes, it's possible. But either way, I believe that every case has some precise truth behind it, waiting to be exposed.
Yes, I agree. And at the very least, the family of those missing girls deserves some sort of explanation. I just imagined for a second what I would do if Lynette were to suddenly disappear. I'd pay any price to get her back, and then find a way to track down the culprit.
Please don't imagine that, Lenny.
Yeah, you'd probably twist your neck instead of your ankle this time. I'm not sure how I feel about folklores though. Do you really want to pull for such a flake? Well, this is her chance to redeem herself.
Hey, we're almost there! Look!
I see. Huh. Very pretty. question, because I've never actually watched any of the teasers or
I really
anything
enjoyed
about this,
chatting
but
with you. Life should be full of pleasant little surprises like this.
question is, are we going to get arrested? It's happening in literally every nation we've been to.
Yeah, us as well. The ride went by too quickly.
Ah, I have an interview to get to. I should get going before I'm late.
Bye.
Okay, Paimon hopes we can chat again soon, Charlotte. See ya!
Bye now. Oh, be sure to stop by and see me at the Steambird when you have time.
Sure.
What a tough job. Always running around and interviewing everyone. Well, where should we go now?
If you don't mind, how about we stop by my home first? Besides, I still have all the materials we collected.
Sure, we wouldn't mind at all. This city is so huge, Paimon wouldn't know where to start anyway.
Please don't teleport us. I won't even know where to start. Oh, pretty. Is that an astrolabe? It looks like one. This city seems like big enough for an actual population of a nation, so good on them. We're almost there. Not quite though. There's much grinding I have to do. Where are we going? An eatery. Huh? Adventures Guild over here. Yeah, I've been there. Bound to be more recipes over there. I could go up there, but I want to keep looking quick. Just around here. Fresh produce vendor. Hello. Yep. Oh, stuff we haven't even looked at yet. Huh. What is this? Well, I got 5 of them, so I must have picked them up from somewhere. Good to know. Hats. Could we buy another hat, please? And where's the memes about Wanderer here? Hmm? About Kazuha. Let me just grab something. Yep. Yes! Just give me enough to... Just enough to fill my, archive. I know more stuff.
Quit following me.
Snack shop manager. Okay, focus. Focus.
This is our current abode. Ah, Fremine, you're home. Where did everyone else go? I have some new friends that I would like to introduce.
Oh, they all just went out a moment ago.
I see. Everyone is getting busier now that Father will be returning soon. I suppose that can't be helped. Allow me to introduce you to my little brother, Fremine. He is a phenomenal diver.
Hello.
Nice to meet you. Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler. Oh, you sound very proud to have a diver at...
Linny, could you come here for a moment?
What is it, Fremine? Do you have something to tell me? I see.
Is everything all right?
Oh, it's nothing. We were just discussing... Oh, before I forget, the Traveler and I collected more materials to make magic pockets. Were you able to get any, Fremine?
Yes, I went diving and gathered lots of materials. I was about to give them to you.
That's our Fremine, always quick with the underwater work. All right, I'll take these to the workshop.
I don't know. These three seem very suspicious for some reason. Like what they're doing is not quite legal. There rains in the city. That's a first.
Looks like rain.
Oh, you're right. But wasn't it clear and sunny just a moment ago? Fontaine's weather sure is weird.
I'm afraid that's just how it is here. It often rains on days where there are trials being held in the Opera House, but don't worry, it'll
Sus.
clear up soon enough.
What's wrong, Fremine?
There's a legend about the rain that I tend to believe.
Oh?
It said that a dragon of water once resided in Fontaine. Though we don't know where the dragon went, every time it weeps, the skies will cloud up and pour out rain.
I think I saw it. Oh, its corpse
When I
underwater.
was a child, my mother told me that if I wanted to go outside and play, I should yell toward the sky at the top of my lungs. Hydro Dragon! Hydro Dragon! Don't cry!
If it's an elemental dragon, then having the power to make it rain wouldn't be very unusual. Let Paimon try something. Hydro Dragon, don't cry!
Doesn't seem to be of any use. It is just a legend after all.
You know, you might be a more popular magician if you understood the concept of romanticism. Or could at least play along.
Sorry, it might be because we've never met the Hydro Dragon.
But I've seen it.
Perhaps it can't be comforted by the words of strangers.
Or its corpse, at least.
It rained for longer than I suspected.
And we stood
it's already
outside the
getting
whole
late.
time. Didn't even invite us
Was
inside.
there something you needed to do, Linnet?
Yeah, some preparations for the show at the Opera House. I need to find a way to catch the last aqua bus of the day. On the day of the performance, just ride the aqua bus to the island of Araneus. I'll have Lynette meet you at the fountain in front of the Opera House.
Oh, are you leaving?
What is it, Fremine? I'm in a hurry. Perhaps we could trouble the Traveler to help us take these materials to the Beaumont workshop and deliver them to the owner there?
Why do I feel
I'm
like you're doing
afraid that
suspicious
Fremine
stuff?
can be quite introverted, and the boss there tends to be pretty talkative. Fremine has always been a little afraid of her.
Why do I feel like we're gonna get in trouble?
Not at all. Don't worry, we're on the case.
Sorry for the inconvenience. I'm quite useless when it comes to such tasks. I'll think of a way to make it up to you.
Oh, no need.
Paimon, stop volunteering us for this.
Thanks again, you two.
Oh, maybe you just can't deal with her. So what, your cryo claymore? Pity your fashion sense is completely lacking, otherwise I might pull for you. What am I clicking now? Blacksmith is up there as well. Can I walk up there?
Too slow.
Oh, it is. It's right here. There's me gonna teleport. Hello.
Hello? Is there anyone here?
Oh, hello there. New customers? Looking to buy, or do you need something made?
Oh no, we're just here to deliver some materials. Here they are.
Ah, these must be for Magic Pockets. I could tell right away. I've already made several orders worth now. No need. They've already prepaid several batches worth. When they told me what they'd be using them for, I even offered them a discount. But they insisted on paying the full amount, saying that I had a business to run. It seems both their hearts and their pockets are made of gold.
So, is Linny actually loaded?
I can't say for sure, but who knows? Maybe there's good money to be made being a magician in Fontaine.
Perhaps.
Hey! Is this machine what you use to make stuff here? It looks really advanced.
Oh, it's a hammer.
Why use your hands when a machine can do the work? It would be a waste not to use the latest technology, and wasting is a kind of crime.
But where does a big machine like that get its power from?
Water. Hydropower.
Well, it's a little complicated. I'm not sure I can put it in layman's terms for you.
Hydropower.
Basically, everything we usually use here in the
What?
city is powered by indemnitium. It's a type of energy that's produced from trials.
Why?
Huh? How can trials produce energy?
Well, I'm not completely sure of all the details myself, but basically, when a trial is in session, the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale harvests people's belief in justice and converts it into energy to be used all around Fontaine.
So that's what its other function is? Paimon heard that the Oratrice was created by the Archon to make judgments. But Paimon still doesn't get it. How could something unreliable like people's beliefs be turned into a stable power source for these machines?
So it's probably powered by the
So
Gnosis.
the Hydro Archon relies on the machine to take the energy created by belief and turn it into power for all of Fontaine, right?
Even though I've never heard anyone really put it that way before, it sounds like it makes sense. Besides indemnitium, we have another type of energy called mumusia. It isn't produced by the power of the Archon, but it is unstable by nature. Even now, it still cannot be widely used by civilians.
I thought I'd find you hard at work, but here you are chatting the day away. Since you're already talking, I'm sure you wouldn't mind a few words with me.
You again? Didn't I already promise you that I'd have the more I owe to Confrérie of Cabriere by next month?
Yeah, but how do we know that you won't go running off by the end of this month?
Huh?
Seems business isn't so great for the workshop. We've already finished our job and delivered the materials. Maybe now...
Hey, hold on. Before you go around trying
wait,
to collect
what?
payments, why don't you settle your own debts?
Child?
If Confrérie of Cabriere wants to poach clients from Northland Bank, that's fine. But I'm afraid you still owe the bank a hefty sum of mora. So why don't we work things out between us first, before you get back to your little conversation
Why are
here?
you talking to them with your back to them?
You're from Northland Bank, but we...
Traveler, Paimon! I didn't think I'd run into you here in Fontaine. What are the chances?
We're surprised to see you too. What are you doing here in Fontaine? You didn't want to stay in Snezhnaya?
Long story short, I've already been in Fontaine for some time now, and honestly, things have been pretty boring. But it seems that fate brought our paths together today. Not only will I have some good friends here now, but ones who always seem to find trouble. Either way you look at it, it seems things are going to get a lot more interesting now.
I'm glad I got to see him
Sure,
again.
we'd want to avoid anything that you'd find interesting. Besides, our trip here has gone pretty well so far. Right, Traveler?
Hey, you!
Don't interrupt. It's not often I run into the Traveler like this. Why don't you...
You kidding? Aren't you the one looking for us? Listen to me, boy. If you want your mora, fine. Why don't you go and take it?
Hey, I just said not to interrupt. Oh, by the way, Traveler.
Hey! That's way over the line! All right, boys! Let's see who has to pay up now!
Can you at least let me finish one sentence? Fine. Though the bank told me not to get rough with our clients, you're the ones who started it. This is an act of self-defense. You two will have to be my witnesses, okay?
I'm sure this won't take long.
Yeah, he is a harbinger.
Riptide!
I haven't fought him in a long time. I think I've forgotten how. Child, have you always been this weak? Maybe it's because he's fighting solo. And somehow he's lost HP.
What's your deal, Brad? How are you so strong if you're just a staffer from Snezhna?
Oh, now you notice. It's a little late, don't you think? Just make sure you understand that you don't mess with Northland Bank. Got it?
Huh?
Huh?
Now's my chance!
Ooh. Yeah, look, he doesn't need Hydro to wallop you.
Huh. That was weird. I'm not sure. It's as if I suddenly lost control of my hydro powers when I needed them. Maybe there's something wrong with my vision?
Strange. How could that happen? First time Paimon's ever heard of someone losing control of their vision.
Yeah. Seems like things are getting more suspicious.
Never mind. It doesn't matter.
Mysteries
If I want to stay sharp, I shouldn't be relying too much on my vision anyway. Besides, I always have my delusion in case I need it.
So what are you doing in Fontaine, child? I don't see its work for Northland Bank.
Probably a bit of both.
Well, I guess it's because I've been in a bad mood lately.
Huh?
Huh? What kind of reason is that? Wait, since when do you feel down about anything?
He's still human.
I don't know. Maybe I still have a lot to learn about myself. But recently, there seems to be some sort of restless power stirring inside of me. And I don't know why, but every now and then I feel like I'm in a terrible mood.
Maybe you losing control of your vision just now is connected with that power you're feeling inside.
Could just be Fontaine.
That is a possibility. I can't remember if I ever mentioned it before, but when I was 14, I fell into some unknown abyss. It was during that time I learned nearly all of my abilities. The one who took me under her wing and taught me was named Skirk. She was always quiet and very mysterious. Nobody knew where she came from or what she had been through, and she was always very strict when teaching me combat techniques. One time, I asked her why she was willing to take me on as an apprentice. From what I could make of her answer, it was because I had awakened it, and traces of it remained on me. She said that all my combat training would be useful in the future.
Huh.
But what is it? What did you awaken?
She never explained that, but my guess is that it's related to a dream I saw when I had just fallen into that abyss. In my dream, I was in the deepest depths of the sea, and the boundless seabed was all around me. But in front of me appeared a whale that was so massive, I felt like I couldn't breathe.
A whale? Oh, that sounds familiar! When we fought against you before, you summoned a huge whale that seemed to leap at us. Is that the one?
That's just an abstract form of a whale that I create using my elemental powers.
Yeah, teach
It
us.
takes that shape because the scene I dreamt of the whale has always been stuck in my mind. I'll never forget it.
So you used the whale as inspiration for one of your moves? Huh. Seems a little so why don't you just go ask your master? Maybe she knows the answer.
You make it sound so easy. Ever since the incident I experienced there, I've never stopped searching for Master Skirk and that unknown abyss. But it's been years now, and I've still found nothing. There isn't even a trace of the place where I remember falling into the abyss.
Oh, it sounds like some kind of ghost story.
Yeah, I'm out of leads at this point, but there's nothing more I can do. It seems that strange encounters in this world tend to be elusive like that.
I wonder if he's got more lines.
Seems the time really flies when I'm talking with you. I just remembered I have somewhere else I need to be, so I should get going.
What? More work for the Northland Bank?
No, it's more of a personal appointment. Lately, I've been sparring with some of Fontaine's official champion duelists whenever I'm feeling bored.
Official champion duelists? You mean it's their job to duel?
Yep. In Fontaine, before a criminal goes to court, they're given one chance to defend their honor by requesting a duel with an official champion duelist.
Okay, that sounds like cheating the system.
The champion duelists are all-powerful fighters selected from among the nation's best. And the duel itself is a no-holds-barred fight with no specified stopping point. So engaging in such a duel is regarded as a symbol of defending your honor. If a criminal manages to win the duel, they'll be acquitted. But if they lose, they'll have no choice but to stand trial.
That's very abusable, okay? You could murder someone in broad daylight, demand a duel, and get off if you're just stronger. This was taken straight from Game of Thrones.
And the worst case scenario is that you're simply
Trial of
killed
Seven,
in the
wasn't it?
duel. Though it's rumored that Fontaine has a death penalty. From what I can tell, no one has ever been officially sentenced to death.
Oh, that's going to be us in the chopping block, isn't it?
So really, the only people who opt to duel are those who have suffered a grave injustice in being accused, or those who greatly value their honor. Otherwise, why gamble with your life?
So, do many people actually get out of their trials by winning the duel?
Apparently, it's exceedingly rare for anyone to actually win. Fontaine probably enacted this system as a way to show that the nation respects the honor of its citizens. Besides, none of the champion duelists are to be trifled with, which is exactly why I was itching to face them as soon as I got to Fontaine.
We'll go commit a crime.
Apparently, the one I'm meeting today, Clorend, is the strongest of the champion duelists. I had been asking her for some time before she finally agreed to face me today.
Well, that's child for ya. Paimon feels like we heard that name somewhere before. Clorand.
Oh, before I forget, I want you to have this.
What?
Huh? Your vision? You're seriously just giving it away?
What the heck,
I'm
child?
just worried that it could become uncontrollable again. I'd be pretty upset if it got in the way of my duel, so I think I'll be better off without it for now. Besides, I just need you to hold on to it for a short while. I'll come retrieve it when I have some time later.
Child.
Paimon knows what you're up to. You just want an excuse to come talk to us again, don't you?
Whatever gave you that idea? I'll be in touch later.
Can Hydro Archon track visions? Because he's a harbinger. It seems like he's doing this on purpose.
That sneaky guy. He said he's been feeling down lately, but he seemed the same as ever to Paimon.
No, it did feel a bit weird.
Well, since we don't have much to do for now, we might as well walk around and see the city before Lenny's performance.
Yeah. Let's go do that. Under Paimon's enthusiastic leadership, we walk around the court of Fontaine.
Wow! Who could have seen that coming? The reporter who was barely around for most of the story was the murderer all along!
What?
Sorry. Paimon was just surprised, that's all. Paimon, the whodunits here in Fontaine are a lot different than the light novels you see from Yai Publishing House. Both have their merits, but Paimon thinks this style of novels are more, well, novel.
Do you think Ye would give us commission if we introduced her?
It's so exciting to reach the moment when the mystery is uncovered, especially in the one Paimon was just reading. You should... Oh, sorry, hey. Shouldn't we be heading to the Opera House?
Oh, yeah, but let me buy books. This is books.
The Opera House is on Erinias, so let's go ride the Aquabus.
Books, 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 books! So many books. There we go. And all is right with the world. I'm gonna have to read some of this later. Where am I going? Where am I walking? Oh, hello.
Quit following me.
Brown one. Where am I walking? Huh? Do I have to ride the Aquabus? Okay. Probably laws against doing this. Oh. Don't you just hate it when you're playing two MMOs at the same time? How do I get up? Oh. Can I get up for this way? Where is this? Who are you? Yeah, look, unless you give me a freebie, I don't care. Where do I get up? Is it up here? Aha! Well, if it's the wrong one, I can just jump and glide. I'll learn it. I'm up. What line are we taking? I can't help doing this, okay? I need to go to this one. Now, I could just teleport, but I don't want to.
Upon the gate.
So it was that one. Oh, oh, shoot! Really? Oh. I'm not having a good day. Oh. Hello. Oh, immediately.
Welcome to the Navia line. I am Elfan.
Is there one? I know it's taking a long time. And
The boat will be departing imminently. Please do not stick your head, hands, or other body parts outside the boat. The Aquabus operator is not responsible for any accidents or injuries resulting from doing so.
This is what professional looks like.
Also, please remember to buy the Steambird, though I don't read it myself. The destination of the current tour is Erinias. Points of interest worth visiting include the Fountain of Lucine and the Opera Epiclese.
What is that place?
If you look to the left in the direction we are currently traveling, you will see the famous Fontaine Research Institute up in the sky. An experiment gone wrong turned a new sightseeing opportunity.
Huh.
Human ingenuity truly is a wondrous thing.
Can you tell us what's over there? What's that? Can you tell us anything else?
We are now approaching our final destination. Please be sure to bring all your personal belongings with you as you disembark. Even though I will take any forgotten items to the lost and found, the paperwork is rather annoying, as nosing hands are not suitable for grasping pens. Please be careful when disembarking. It has been my honor to be your tour guide this trip. Thank you.
That was fun. Is there another aquabus in here, or am I just being lazy? I'm being lazy.
Too slow. The wind rises.
This is what happens with a map when another MMO is activated by that. Well, here at least I can just walk.
Quick fall. Squall and fury.
There we go.
Whoa! Now this is fancy! The Opera Epiclese. What a place to hold a performance! No wonder Linny and Lynette were looking forward to it.
Yeah, but it's so far away from the court of Fontaine.
Huh. Looks like there's a lot of people standing around the fountain up ahead.
Oh, Archon, please bless us.
I don't know why you always feel the need to ask so much.
I guess if there are, kid.
No.
Maybe this is one of the customs in Fontaine.
Vache.
Huh? Oh, here we go again.
Vache.
No, Paimon didn't say anything. Are you hearing things?
Welcome to the Fountain of Lucine. All the water flowing through Fontaine converges here. It's customary for newlyweds to come here and wish for children. Lenny asked.
Right.
What do you mean? There are a lot of people here right now.
Hey, you're not trying to scare
I see. In fact, you might not be imagining things at all. I suspect that what you heard is a result of your hypersensitivity to the hydro element. Others in my family have had similar experiences.
Okay. Because of her sensitivity to the hydro element? But what would hearing a voice have to...
When do you cry, Paimon?
Wait, what?
Just answer me. When do you cry?
All the time.
When Paimon's really sad? Oh,
Then you should understand that tears contain your most intense emotion. Like I just mentioned, the Fountain of Lucine is where all the flowing water in Fontaine converges. Even the tears that fall to the ground will eventually gather here.
Wow, that's deep.
So maybe what you heard was the intense emotion coming from someone's tears.
So, what did the voice say? If you were hearing that...
Rather than worrying about them, don't let that calm look of his fool you. He tends to get pretty nervous just before a performance.
Oh, right. That...
The wind rises.
So we can just enter just like that, okay. Is it always open or is this just the quest? I don't know, it doesn't really seem like a good place. It seems like you'd want it to be in the center of a population area.
Ah, Traveler and Paimon. Good to see you. I knew you two would come.
Are you kidding? We wouldn't miss it for the world. We've been looking forward to it.
I can tell, judging by how early you've arrived. But you're actually right on time. The audience still hasn't started entering the venue yet, which means now is the perfect chance for us to take you to the best seats in the house. Wait just a moment. I'll fetch the ticket.
Huh.
The Opera House has assigned seating, so you always have to make reservations.
Ooh, front row seat!
Don't mention it. There's no need to keep...
Hey, Lenny! Could you come over here and take a look at this?
Oh, I'll be right there. Seems there's an issue with the stage props over there. That's Cal, my assistant, calling me.
Yeah, we'll just go to our seats.
Now that seems very suspicious, okay? Whether in the whether you're in the show of a comedian or magician, prearranged seating and personal knowledge of the magician usually means they're going to conclude you in a trick. Pretty. So that's our seat in there. Wow.
Squall Fury.
I'm allowed to look, okay? No one's entered yet. That must be the top floor. I'm not sitting there till I've had a chance to explore, okay? I don't know if I'm allowed in here afterwards.
Too slow.
I forgot where your seat's back here. Should have just gone up there because I could have glided down anyway.
Too slow.
Oh, that's a view. That is a view and a half. Still not encountered any chests in here. You'd think there would be some at least. Oh. Here we go.
Oh, these should be our seats. Come on, let's sit down.
Where's your seat? This is awkward.
Hey, Traveler. Maybe we should strike up a conversation with the person next to us. Since we're sitting together and the rest of the Of course you put this on Paimon.
It does feel a bit awkward.
Excuse me. I did not realize you... I would be perfectly happy to...
Oh, wait, that's not it. Paimon's... Sorry. Paimon's the... Oh, Paimon's...
A friend, you say?
Oh, so you're not friends with Linny. Nice to meet you. Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler. We just arrived in Fontaine.
It is an honor to meet you two. I have heard of your deeds across Tevat, and as required by proper etiquette...
Oh, Monsieur Nervillet. What an honor it is to have you here to see my show.
Ah, Mr. Linny. I should...
Wait.
I saw you all chatting just now. Allow me to introduce you to Fontaine's Chief Justice. That seat is always reserved for him. It wouldn't be too much to say that he's the symbol of justice and honesty here in Fontaine.
Whoa!
Because the Archon's not good enough.
Just now.
No offense taken. Being Chief Justice is merely what I do for work. Nearly every person... And by the way, I should probably let you know, there's someone sitting up there in the VIP seats that has been striking a pose for quite a while now. I believe she is trying to give you a most elegant and impressive first impression. So I think you should take notice of her sooner rather than later. Otherwise she may become... flustered.
Huh? Oh, it's Farina, the Hydro Archon. Huh. She sure has a smug and satisfied look on her.
Very good. That is for the best. No need to pay her any more attention. We may now enjoy the show.
So is this what things are like between the Chief Justice and the Hydro Archon?
Yeah, he knows what a flake she is.
All right. Please wait just a moment longer. I've pretty much finished my preparations, and the performance will start as soon as the audience has made their way to their seats.
Yay! The show is finally about to start! Paimon can hardly wait! Paimon's never seen a real live magic show before!
I hope it's a magic show and not an impromptu trial.
Oh, they're dimming the lights! The show must be starting!
Paimon, shush!
Sorry.
Welcome, one and all, to the Opera Epiclese. I am the star of today's show, Linny.
Where's your lamp?
And over here is my sister, Lynette, who will be working as my wonderful assistant. Please, let's get...
Hello, everyone.
I know she may seem to be a little...
Whatever.
Now, some of you may be thinking, two vision holders who can freely manipulate elemental powers performing magic is not true magic at all. So, I would like to take a moment to assure you that elemental powers... Both Lynette and myself have removed our visions for the show. That way, even the gods won't be able to help us.
Oh, good point. That's what makes the show real magic.
Now, without further ado, let the show begin. I know you might miss her, but don't worry. She'll be coming right back on stage moment. Oh, and before I forget, you never know what can happen in...
What? The lights just went off. Did they?
A magician's greatest skill is making things disappear or appear. The possibilities are endless.
False bottom, I know this trick. Okay, levitation one's fairly good.
Huh?
Okay. Good trick, but poor bird.
But this isn't what you came for. These little tricks, you've seen them all before. So it's time for something truly extraordinary, don't you think? This one's a little tricky. Using this water tank, I shall make my sister vanish completely, right before your very eyes.
Why are they talking the cat into the water?
It's actually quite simple. She'll just turn into air bubbles and float right out of the top.
Oh, wait. Is that on purpose?
Oh no! I told them to check all the props carefully.
Uh-oh.
With the lid on, even air can't escape.
Why'd you have a lid?
An amateur magician would be getting very nervous right around now. Luckily, it's me on stage, so let me show you what a true virtuoso can do. Lynette, are you still there? Don't go too far. We don't want to use up all our magic.
Hi, I'm back.
Uh-huh.
Huh. No, I've pretty much seen all these kind of shows before.
What in the world just happened? How did he do that? Paimon didn't seem to do anything. Wasn't Lynette inside the water tank? How did she disappear and then reappear out of nowhere?
If we could see easily through his tricks, then that would mean that his skills are still lacking. To appreciate magic, you should focus on the show happening on stage, rather than getting caught up in trying to see that which has been intentionally hidden.
But that's all the fun in it.
That's right. Paimon couldn't believe her eyes when Lynette reappeared. Amazing!
Thank you everyone. But our magical journey has only just begun. The magic of transformation and disappearance can go far beyond what you've just seen. I'm sure many of you are thinking that escaping the water tank was in which case, I have So, for my next trick,
no,
I will
not me.
require the participation of one lucky audience. Please, if my assistants could... There are 2 boxes, and only 2 boxes. One is here, and one is there in the aisle among the audience. I'm sure many of our clever audience members have already guessed our next magic trick.
No, you're not doing this.
Swap! Our lucky audience member and I will each enter a magic box. Now please, everyone pay very close attention to the box you see.
Wow! How's he gonna do this? Hey, do you think this is all magic tricks, or does Lenny have actual superpowers?
The lucky audience member will be generated by this random number selector.
Not me.
It selects numbers entirely at random. Even I don't know who will be chosen to participate. Now then, let's begin.
It's gonna be us, isn't it? Oh.
Let me see. Oh, row 7, seat 3.
Oh,
congratulations! Good. You now have the chance. Please, come forward. My assistant will take you I'm sorry, it might be a little cramped inside, but no need to feel nervous. We've carefully arranged. You don't need to do anything, but no matter what strange things may happen, don't come out of the box. If the magic is interrupted, who knows where you might end up? You might even find yourself in the Fortress of Meripede.
Oh, okay.
All right. Before I enter the magic box, there is one more like this. 60, 59, 50. I won't be able to see anything in the pitch black box, so I'll be relying on your... Oh, and no tricks now. If you quickly count from 60 and...
Ooh! Paimon kinda wants to count faster after hearing him say that!
No, that won't do. I can see it in your... Come on, repeat after me. 60! That's right, perfect. Keep it going. All right, I'll...
54? 53? Why aren't you counting them?
I am counting in my head. Merely a consequence of my identity.
Oh, alright. You look so serious that
40! 39! 30!
Mr. Linney, are you all...
Yes, I'm fine. It would be a disaster if we get sent to the wrong...
Even though he's saying that, Lenny doesn't seem nervous at all.
Oh!
Ah, what was that noise? Did you hear it too? Not sure. Anyway, that's...
25! 24! 23!
I know this trick.
What's wrong, Mr. Linney?
I seem to have accidentally knocked over a decoration.
Never mind the decorations.
No, that's unacceptable.
19!
It seems things aren't... It feels like you're all starting to count faster, but that's all right. I know it can... 10 seconds and change is...
10!
Almost there now. Whew. Swapping two people is harder work than you might think. Even a master magician like me can't guarantee I'll get it right the first time. Hey, wait! Is this the back one? I can't tell. They both look the same inside. Huh? Nope, that's not it. I'll try again.
7!
Hey, slow down! Honestly!
5! 4! 3!
Whoops! That doesn't count!
0!
Ta-da!
Okay, that's fast. And people? Ooh! What? What? It's a mess, but was that intended? Was that... No way, that was on purpose. What?
Is this... Mr.
Uh-oh.
Linney, you're going to use...
What happened?
Oh no. Maybe this isn't part of the show. The girl was...
This performance is over. Medical staff with me. Guards...
Oh dear.
Yes, that's right. If this was...
No need to be alarmed, you two. We'll get to the bottom.
That was nasty.
Unfortunately, the person who is in the magic box has been pronounced dead. His name was Cowell, one of the assistants in Linney's magic troupe. Apparently, the fireworks on stage ignited the ropes that were suspending the water tank, which then caused the tank to fall onto the stage. As of now, we are still not sure why we found Cowell. And after an initial search of the area, the guards have confirmed that the girl is nowhere to be found. It appears that this incident was not merely some and there are many indications that it is connected with the case.
That's the case that Charlotte mentioned before.
I know. I say that our powerful magician, Mr. Linney...
Excuse me?
...is now the prime suspect for the serial disappearances case.
Huh? Why me?
Oh, this all occurred during your magic show, did it not?
The missing girl disappeared. Now that I think about it, that whole speech...
That can't be right. He was in the box on the stage the entire time. We can even hear his voice. Besides, before the show, he told us they would like to catch the criminal behind the disappearances. He could...
Save discussion for a later time, please. Lady Farina, may I assume that your comments just now constitute an accusation against Mr. Linney and his associates, and that you are
Huh? I just think... But what Lady Farina said just...
A kidnapping and murder.
I mean, of course, that's right. I mean you, Traveler. You'll support Linny. Then there's no... But with
No, you
Linny's
didn't.
help, our little duel ended in a draw. So
Excuse
no
me,
more
you
talk.
liar?
Between the two of us, there must be a clear winner and loser.
Oof.
And what better place to hold such a riveting showdown and decide the true victor than here, on the grandest of stages,
You
the
hack,
Opera
Archon.
Epiclese.
It wasn't a draw. She obviously lost last time.
I understand. Well, Traveler, seems Lady Farina has set you in her sights. Are you willing to act as Mr. Linney's attorney and defend... Very well. The trial will be held a day from now, and Linney and his troop are all put... The audience may begin to leave in an orderly fashion once they have been cleared by the guards.
A day isn't that long. Let's see what kind of case this big shot out...
Well, crap.
Linny!
Sorry about everything that happened.
Of course! Who would it be?
Yeah, I'm a little shaken up. I know you already claimed that you would defend me, but now it's just us talking. Tell me, do you think I could possibly be the murderer? Good to hear. Thank you so much for trusting me. I'm sure everyone sees me as the biggest suspect at this point. But if you ask me, I don't know whether what happened there on the stage was purely an accident or not. And I don't know why poor Cal was in the box. As for how that girl chosen from the audience could suddenly disappear, I'm afraid I don't have any answers either. If someone tampered with my performance, then we need to figure out what they did. Even a skilled and knowledgeable magician like myself couldn't pull all that off in just 1 minute.
Which is precisely why we need to investigate. As this book says, the impossible could not have happened. Whatever happened
Paimon,
must have been
where'd you get the
that which is
glasses?
possible. Paimon bought them when we were reading at the bookshop in the city. Don't worry, Paimon used her own savings to buy.
I think they look cute on you.
You have good taste, Lynette.
You've got a moustache now.
That's the right attitude. Feeling but with the guards watching our every move, it's going to be especially difficult for Lynette and I to prove our own innocence. Good thing you agreed to be our attorneys. Thanks for that. We'll be counting on you.
Yes, thank you so much.
Since we're going to start investigating, Paimon has a question first. Where did Lynette go during the performance?
Oh, well, I'm afraid that would involve some of our essential trade secrets as magicians.
The secrets behind our magic are past saving, Linny.
I suppose you're right. 'Tis truly a pity. As a magician, our magic show is a work of art. We've poured countless hours and spared no effort in perfecting it. But if revealing our secrets will help you uncover the truth behind... We should go somewhere else if we're going to discuss our magic tricks. We'll go speak with the guards, and in the meantime, you can go investigate the stage and the seating areas.
Alright, let's go have a look while the investigation teams are still here.
How long was you gonna wear that?
Hello, officer. How's the investigation going?
I see.
You must be the traveler that Lady Felina mentioned. Listen, I'll be perfectly honest with you. I'd avoid getting mixed up in this whirlpool of a mess if I were you.
Huh? What do you mean?
Come with me and you'll see. The deceased is one of Linny's assistants, named Cal. Even though he hadn't joined the troop long, he was hardworking and everyone generally liked him. The assistants are usually in charge of setting up and inspecting the props, as well as assisting with the show and keeping the crowd engaged. As you probably saw when you were in the audience, the water tank suddenly fell and smashed the box with Cowl inside it. This is the real mystery. We've already searched the scene and were unable to find any traces of the girl. However, if you look carefully, the box was positioned directly under the water tank. The ropes holding the tank were then burned by the pyrotechnics on stage.
But the pyrotechnics were at the side.
All these factors lining up so perfectly makes it hard to see this as a mere accident. If anything, the more logical explanation is that the whole incident was intentionally planned.
But he doesn't have a motive.
Are you both good friends of his?
Well, you can't.
So in just a short time, he was not only... I know there's no such thing as... I've seen a lot of cases. And I can tell you that people are the least reliable kind of evidence. Sorry, I tend to be... Anyway, you may investigate the scene of the crime yourselves if you...
I'm not even sure if I like this. Do I have to equip this? Oh, it's just... Quentin, hello.
The investigation team has some new findings. Turns out there's an issue with the random number.
See, I told you. What if the machine...
Sorry to interrupt, but we're helping Linny and Lynette with their side of the investigation.
You're trying to help them?
Linny used the machine to pick a random member of the audience. Well, we thought there might be a serious problem with the machine.
It turns out that the seat number it picked wasn't random. I'm sure you already know that you have to make a reservation in advance to get it. In other words, Linny knew who...
Called it.
That much checks out.
Bet you see why I was saying it'd be tough to make a case for Linny.
Even the...
Okay.
So this is the rope that... The rope looks pretty durable. How can it be burned through so quickly by fireworks? Why are you suddenly so serious, Traveler? Whoa. Look! This bit is made from different material! Most of it was burned away, but there's still a little bit of it left. Huh. So if a rope meant to hold something was made with that kind of Wait! Why would you write all...
Okay. Hello?
Hello there! What are you...
Oh, this location has also been cordoned off because the seats were all booked in advance. So we were able to deduce the missing woman's identity by checking the guest list. Sure, it's not like this is confidential information. We will publish it later. Her name is Halsey. She's a painter from Fontaine who's made a bit of a name for herself. Apparently, she wasn't a regular at the Opera House, but she'd been feeling some pressure with the Magic Troop members all claim not to know her. We have looked into her social connections. Simply put, she wasn't related to the Magic Troop at all, which matches the features of the previous serial disappearances.
Were the victims of previous cases...
That's how it seems to us, in any case. Apart from the fact that they were all young women of around the same age range, there really weren't any other connections between them.
Okay then.
No need to be so formal. It is of utmost importance.
Okay. Oh, hello, cat. How you doing? Aha. Who are you?
I see that you're investigating the area. If you find any new and interesting leads,
sus!
Be sure to share them with me, alright?
We don't have too many thoughts. The thud? Oh.
Yes, exactly. It's just that everyone was awaiting the results of Lenny's trick with bated breath. So no one paid it. I'm of the opinion that it may have been the sound of Lenny's accomplice. And when the pyrotechnics went off, she cut the rope.
Wait, wasn't the noise we heard?
Perhaps the balance wasn't right, leading to a particularly rough... Oh, that's true.
Sounds like something happening under the stage. What was that? Hello?
Lenny's still talking to the guards. I think someone will be assigned to monitor.
This was her seat though, wasn't it? Can we go upstairs? See, it seems like the sort of thing that would need a view from up there.
Hey, you! Yes, both of you.
Huh?
You mean us?
That's right. If I'm not mistaken, you're also among those who wish to cut down the thorns and pursue the truth.
Well, you're right on the more about that one, but who are you?
An actual attorney, maybe?
Have you never heard of the Spina di Rosula?
Nope.
From mediating disputes and providing protection to solving and I, Navia, have the honor of being its renowned president.
Hello?
Though those who play by our rules...
I'm Silver, her attendant. Pleased to meet you.
And I'm Melus, Demoiselle's various daily needs and affairs.
Huh?
Well, I am the
My apologies, Demoiselle. Should you prefer...
No need. You don't have...
Okay. If you...
All merely trifling details. That's right. I've always kept an eye on serial disappearance cases. My interest stems from a matter back from my father's time. Judging from the look of things, I...
Really? We think so, but how did you...
Intuition, naturally. Farina sure was quick to point the finger at Lenny without any decisive evidence whatsoever, wasn't she?
Yep.
But that's not uncommon for her. If you remember, the justice had to... Anyway, a trial begins the moment someone levels charges. And, of course, there was no way Farina was going to back down in that situation.
Sounds more like you just don't trust the Hydro Archon.
Yeah, she's a bit of a flake.
Well, what's your opinion? I must admit that she can be interesting at times. But liking her doesn't mean that I'll blindly agree with her. All right, I've answered your question.
Wait a minute. Did that...
Well, I say it does. In your opinion, do you think it's right to treat a trial like it's an...
well...
Nope.
And why would that be? See?
Most astute of you, demoiselle. No matter how wonderful the script or how fervent the audience's expectations may be, the trials that go on stage here must be based in fact. And if that can be done, boss, then...
All right, that's quite enough, Maloose. Now, I need to make some preparations. Follow me.
Wait! Since when did we become assistants?
Oh, well...
That's more like it.
Far be it from me to brag, but you wish to save a friend from false accusation.
You have a point.
Yeah, and what if they're the killers?
What do you think? You seem like you've got some...
I have nothing to add.
Oh.
We'll be making some preparation.
Ah. So this is part of the area. Hello.
Sorry, but no one can freely enter or exit the...
No, we're not leaving. Were you always guarding?
Yes, after the Chief Justice gave the... So, the missing girl couldn't have left from here. At least, not from that... I doubt there...
How can you be...
Well, because I couldn't see Linny's performance for... But still, I did not abandon my post. And I stayed put no matter how loud... We Melazines are good.
So, it's safe to say... All right, thank you for your help. This'll be... We've checked everything of note here at the performance venue. Paimon wonders how Linny's discussion with the guards is going.
No, we're not done yet. There's probably more.
Shall we? Ooh, things are getting interesting, huh? We're about to see how magic is made.
What is up there?
Understood. Then I will be going with you. Just so you're aware, I will be monitoring your actions and making notes as necessary.
Very good. Thanks for being so agreeable. I'd pull a rose out of my...
You may spare the pleasantry.
You've arrived. Who's this? Me? I'm Sorry. I got... And these are my companions. Would you mind...
Oh, new help?
Well, let's just say we're tagging along.
I appreciate your kind interest. Come with me. We'll be heading below stage.
Called it. Called it so hard.
Huh? Below stage?
Yes,
Yeah.
A world of secrets is... But before I reveal everything, you should have a look first. Notice anything strange here? I'm not trying to be dramatic. Remembering the details of a trick will help.
Huh. Weren't there balloons?
Ah, good eye. That said, you're still
the back? You mean?
Very good indeed. The back of this door was patterned. Those patterns are now gone, replaced by a smooth wooden board.
I think the entirety of the boxes were just taken down under the stage and just swapped.
So, if you put 2 and 2 together, what do you get? Exactly.
Oh, so there was a passageway under
Called
the
it.
magic box.
I knew you'd figure out. The 2 magic boxes are positioned right. See this flatbed trolley?
But this is usually an opera. How did you install this so quickly?
The box with the lucky audience member in it would be shuttled over to the other side using the trolley.
This trolley can raise and lower and even rotate, ensuring that the box will face in the right direction.
I see. So that...
Precisely. The inner box would descend after the audience member was...
So that's how you did it!
Once the box was lowered, the trolley would store some energy through this device here. The audience member would only be able to feel some slight movements in the dark, and...
Right!
Hang on, are there any exits out here?
The whole time! And you even came out for a moment!
Ah, yes. A phonograph operated by Lynette was used. My assistant and I had already scripted our conversation beforehand.
And what about Lynette?
I was in the mezzanine space in the back of the box.
Oh,
That's how we were able to coordinate Linny's lines with the assistant. And, by the way, I was the one who walked out of the box at the end.
I mean, we are twins. All it takes is a change of clothes and no one can tell who's who. And that's my favorite part of this trick. Only Lynette and I can perform it.
So that's how it all worked! Wow!
Lynette would briefly walk out of the box and then go back in, jumping into the tunnel and escaping before the box on the trolley could finish ascending. And then I walk out of the other box in the audience area. But as you saw, Cal was in the box, not our audience member.
So someone is down here
on
first.
the other hand, mysteriously vanished.
We really don't know how that...
If not for that interlude, this would have been an And yet, to think that... Could we have a look around?
This is the scene of the crime. So Linny and Lynette are not permitted.
Yes, of course. No need to be so strict now.
Thanks, everyone. We're counting on you.
Okay. One second. Okay. I think we found something interesting.
What's this?
Looks like a hook tied to the end of a rope. Huh?
Perhaps it was a prop for a different...
Whatever it is.
Interesting. Smashed vase.
The floor is wet. Please be careful not to slip.
Speaking of which, why?
Oh! Hi, Nose! It's one of those tricks where you... And here's a broken vase.
That can't be.
Okay. Clothing?
Oh, these are the clothes that the lady chosen from the audience. Her clothes are here, but she's nowhere to be found.
Right. And do you really need to do that if you're kidnapping them? Ugh, this is so confusing.
Ah. A vent? Me spots a way out.
What is this place?
It seems someone could fit through.
Alone, perhaps. But if they had to pull another person with...
But there are no other ways in or out of here. Oh, you're right. Let Paimon write that down.
Not really. That's probably what the hook was for. But why would you leave it behind?
Seems we're just about done investigating down here.
But not done yet.
Let's head back up.
Return to the surface. Okay.
Well, we've ascertained the state of the crime scene. Let's find a place to sort out our findings once Maluk...
Apologies for the wait.
So, what did the guards say? Did the criminal list...
They believe the odds of that are... The guards have checked the area carefully. No one...
So the tunnels become like a secret chamber then.
The plot? No wonder Farina was so confident in her accusation.
In other words, the charges are very likely to be upheld.
Charges and then trial. So
that's right. This is how a trial goes in the Opera House. That's right. This is how the statements from both sides, the defenses from a... To put it simply, it's as if the oratrice had...
This also precludes any kind of favoritism on the part of the...
Once both sides have finished speaking, the Chief Justice will make his final decision. Then, finally, the oratrice will be consulted by officials.
Huh? So that machine is the one...
In practice, there is very little difference. Both have always come to the same... Yes, the guards also asked me to because we've chosen to act as the twins' proxy.
They're concerned that we might be colluding with outside parties, and even if that were not so, it...
I'm ready to break out at any...
Whoa, there's no need for...
Of course. I just hope you don't mind the lack of option.
In that case, let's just sort out our findings together here. Pity. I mean, what better way to properly think through a...
Breaking out suddenly to... Just kidding! Just kidding!
What do you mean, no snacks?
Huh?
Understood, mademoiselle. Everyone, please come.
Is there a kitchen? I kind of want to go up.
You're carrying a portable stove with you?
Yes, I must be prepared to meet the demoiselle's baking needs.
I have eggs, sugar, and almonds at the ready.
Good work, you two. Then I'll get to it.
These three are quite the interesting group.
Guess macarons?
And Paimon thought it smelled good while it was... From the way you had these two guys carrying all that stuff around, you ended up doing the entire thing by yourself.
I was applauding.
And I was giving encouraging smiles.
Paimon was just thinking. Aren't you...
Well, I don't think it's carved in stone anywhere that fancy ladies can only read books, sip tea, ride horses, and play the piano.
What's a horse?
I just really enjoy making snacks.
Seriously, they don't seem to exist in this game.
Don't underestimate beating egg weights, by the way. It's a real arm workout. You also... Anyway, give these a try.
Only 3?
Well, eating too many sweet treats might send...
Tea is ready to be served as well. This is demoiselle. No need for concern.
All right, then. Down to business. However, we can assume that Linny and Lynette were not... The magician twins could have committed the crimes of...
Exactly! Why would they do such a thing right when everyone was watching?
The flower vase and the thud we heard during the performance could... Resulting in the shattering of the vase, the discarding of... Perhaps the criminal thought that since she was chosen from the crowd, she would be too easy to identify if she...
Paimon thinks that makes sense, but the...
True. None of the clues we found thus... But... The only people left to consider are both technically victims. Whether it's the missing girl, Halsey, or poor Cowell.
Are you certain he's dead?
Huh. Could Halsey have secretly made modifications to the magic props in order to murder Cowell before making?
That's right. And even if she had tampered with the setup, nor does she have any motive. The guard said that she has never had any dealings with the Magic Troop's members.
Were we not thorough enough in our from the sound of things, this is turning in. Your macarons are amazing, though, Navia. They smell.
They are my specialty, after all. And I see you've already had 5 of them.
What? 5?
Please don't worry about it. At my...
No. Besides, Paimon knows that if she ate too many, then others wouldn't have enough. Wait, even you don't believe Paimon? If Paimon ate those 2 extra macarons...
All right, we get it. Well, Malus, set up the stove.
Huh?
Making sure everyone gets 3 macarons, of course?
Exactly.
As you wish, the...
And I have the egg sugar.
Well...
Well, that's it for snack time. I don't know what we're looking for yet. It would be awkward.
Alright, thanks for your help.
It was nothing. A small task for the Spina di Rosula. Silver, Malus, it's time to go. I'll be back if I find it.
Alright, it's time to put our heads together. We've got to get our defense ready for the trial. Oh, it's probably gonna be a long and difficult case. There's no point in worrying about that now. We just need to prepare. Here, take Paimon's notes. They should help you review the situation.
Yeah, where's the notes? This better not turn into another... No, another soon. Wait, do we keep this?
Why would it be him? Whoever... That size...
Oh, we missed sign. We need to go back into the tunnel then. Definitely missed something. Does more of it pop up?
Quit following me. Too slow.
Come on. I feel like I missed stuff. Okay. Well, I can't really investigate anymore, can I?
There's no such thing as pure freedom in this world. Even the wind cannot blow on forever.
Lenny's magic tricks were the stuff of legend.
Look, doing...
This bit where?
Quit following me.
relax.
We're winging it.
Even if everyone else suspects Lenny. Besides, I doubt Farina understands.
Thanks, Navia.
Best of luck to you.
Maybe I should have just stuck to doing the event.
Ah, finally, you're back. Well, how did your investigation go?
To be honest,
No, we're already...
Well now, don't you all look disappointed. That was to be expected of. But don't let that stop you. I shall be terribly disappointed.
Since both parties are present, I declare... Firstly, in order for the audience to understand the...
Yes, of course. I will
Thank you, Mr. Linney. In that case, I take your statement to... You ran to and remained hidden within the magic box in the audience stands once the trick began, and thus...
Yes, that's correct, Your Honor.
In that case, I call upon the prosecution. Lady Farina, do you wish to refute his statement in any way?
Why, of course I do. Allow me to take the first shot and break
Proof?
this case wide
Proof?
open.
Proof?
Mr. Linney is clearly lying.
Proof?
There is no way you could have been in the box the whole time if you were to abduct Halsey and murder Cowell.
That is simply your hypothesis based on the presumption that I'm guilty.
Oh, is that so?
The roaring countdown of the crowd, of course. That's how I kept track of the time and built...
And you didn't hear anything?
No, nothing.
I see. But when the count reached 30 seconds or so, there was a thud. One so loud...
Huh?
Hey, hang on.
Yeah, I'm sure he could have heard a noise that...
I was right by the box, and I definitely heard the thud.
Look at those scales. Could those mean...
Well then, of course, I have armed myself to do far more than smash your alibi. Confidence cannot go unfounded, and my... Tell me, aren't you and Lynette actually from the House of the Hearth?
House of the Hearth? Isn't that... Fatui? That's...
No wonder they did something like this.
Wait.
So the serial disappearances were the Fatui's doing. Now it all makes sense.
No.
That's irrelevant. Our identities have nothing to do with what happened.
Indeed. Then perhaps your first priority is to prove yourself innocent after all. The Outlander is speechless. My, oh my, don't they look flabbergasted? Now comes the infighting and discord. Good thing I made all those preparations.
Hey, Linny, what
Order! Order! First, when the thud was heard in the Opera House, you were neither in the... Are these claims true?
But...
Please answer my...
I'm sorry. Yes, they're...
I knew it!
Well, that's it. We might as well...
What should we do now?
Granted. In that case, what is your request?
Is that really necessary?
The defendant deceived their...
Order! Your request is reasonable.
So you would stick to Mr. Linney's In that case, my dear...
Right, out with it. Come on.
Well, this is awkward. I didn't think the Hydro... I'm sorry.
Yeah. We based our entire reasoning on not to set the wrong tone or anything.
I'm very sorry. I know you've clashed with the Fatui several times, but our organization is very, very large.
Right now, we want to save people.
That's right. I'm sure we're on the same page. I knew if it weren't for our respective identity, that's why I didn't wish to flat out lie. The truth is very important, but being completely transparent about everything... Right. So, you be the judge. You met a Fatus who works as a magician, but still, I'm asking you to trust me. I am no criminal. At least, not in this case.
Sorry. Please.
Well, you both say that, but... Right. Let's hear...
Of course. We've been trying to find out how the Oratrice operates. During our investigations, we learned from that moment on, Lynette and I have been designing this box.
Is that why you needed a whole...
That's right. In truth, the audience would take about 75 seconds to count down. So, after jumping into the tunnel, I accessed the Opera House basement.
That air vent was created during the construction of the tunnel specifically to execute this step.
Huh. Well, nothing. Which should have been impossible, of course. I was quite certain that I was the only one in the room. That voice seemed to recognize me and tried to speak to me. On the way back, I saw the broken vase and the clothes on the ground. But after that, the
Well, that explains why you didn't hear the thud.
Because of that prophecy I told you about, of course. We must know all we can.
That's the only way we can...
So, there you have it. It was never my wish to... But, like I said earlier, you can be the judge.
Well, Traveler, you decide. Paimon will follow your lead however you choose.
Okay.
Thanks for giving us a chance.
The current problem is that the scales are tipped pretty... If we want to refute the Hydro Archon's accusations, we're gonna need a... Huh?
Okay. Okay.
Both parties have returned to their positions. When last we left off, Mr. Linney acknowledged the new evidence presented by Lady Farina as fact. Therefore, Lady Farina may continue stating her reconstruction.
That took long at this stage. Let's revisit that scene from Linney's perspective.
We'll give you the evidence right now. Ugh.
As the countdown began, he entered the tunnel. When the flatbed trolley passed, he opened the box. He did not realize that the sound could be heard by everyone in the... Finally, he used the vase to knock her out. At this time, Cowell arrived in the tunnel, so Linny proceeded to knock him out. Afterward, Linny passed the And there you have it.
Does the defendant's side have any objections to Lady Farina?
Key to refuting Lady Farina is the order of events. According to Linny, he left via the vent after entering.
Okay.
Linny went to the room that contains the origin. Linny did not take part in the underground altercation. He only witnessed traces of the aftermath.
Okay.
Attention! When the countdown started, Linny did indeed go into the tunnel. But he immediately used a vent to access the Opera House basement, which is where the underground core of the Oratrice is stored. Once he reached that area, he heard a voice in what should have been an empty room. Since he felt the crime scene had already developed by the time he reached the tunnel again, and in order to complete the magic trick, he did not remain there for any length of time. Finally, he reached the surface, and that was when the accident happened from...
Gotcha.
Paimon did it!
In other words, you believe that...
That's right!
My reasoning?
If that's the case, then if Cowell hadn't entered the tunnel, who was the entire setup meant to kill? Assuming that what you say is true, Lenny only needed to kidnap the young girl to cause a new disappearance case. What would the point of killing someone on stage be?
Oh, they have a point.
That's right, you tell him! And that... Oh, well, your denial is very strident. I'll give you... Of course I do. You're saying that he wasn't.
Can't move. Oh, shoot. I don't know. Shoot. I don't know any of this.
That's right! Lenny wasn't in the box. This means that when the crime happened, the same clue you used to disprove his alibi.
Well, to think you'd use such logic. Well then, if it wasn't Lenny who committed the crimes, then who was it?
A third party. Excuse me, why is my brother there? Oh shoot, this again.
The deceased's name is Cowl, Lenny's assistant.
That can't be right.
What I must do next is recreate the truth. What Cowl did, and how he went from would-be perpetrator to victim. No one entered or left the opera house through its Lenny was not in the tunnel at that moment. It would have been tough for both people to fit into that vent. The sound we heard may have come from a clash between the missing Halsey and the criminal. The deceased's name is Cowl, Lenny's assistant.
Where did Miss...
Halsey's clothing was in the tunnel.
Shoot.
It would have been tough for both people to fit into that vent. No one entered or left the opera house through its entrances. So, where would the criminal have wanted to take Halsey?
Shoot.
It would have been tough for both people to fit into that.
What's wrong, Traveler? Are you still having trouble?
Look, since we're at a dead end, just like the trick as it transpired.
If only we knew how.
Well, that would be nice, but the tunnel only has 3. And it's not like this is a magic trick where you can just make a real live person disappear. You know, like you did from that one.
Excuse.
If the defense is unable to make further effective arguments, we will move on to the next stage
No,
of the
wait.
Lenny was not in the tunnel at that moment, which gave our criminal ample time. The sound we heard may have come from a clash between... The deceased's name is Cowl, Lenny's assistant. The vase was not broken by chance. It was used to cover important evidence. The water...
Gotcha.
Paimon gets it! Lynette escaped from the water tank. If there's a similar method...
How could a person ever be transformed
Mona.
into water? This is reality we're talking about here, not some magic trick. Must we? Magic tricks are ultimately...
Even so, the truth must be out there somewhere. Perhaps some new line of reasoning may— Since Cal was the deceased, we haven't placed much attention on him. But given that we aren't making much progress with the case, it wouldn't hurt to have a look at it.
People really do come up with all sorts of harebrained schemes when at the end...
Nevertheless, I believe that this is a reasonable request on the part of an attorney. Since the trial does indeed appear to be at an impasse, I believe that additional evidence may help us make more. Guards, please step into the lounge and examine the personal effects of the deceased.
We are still examining the items, but we have already made critical progress that we feel must be shared with everyone post-haste. We discovered several test tubes of fluid within Cowell's baggage, each labeled separately. The notebook in his backpack claims that these fluids are... water from the primordial sea.
The primordial sea?
The note's contents also indicate that Cowell belonged to an organization that sells illegal drugs and that he had an accomplice. The notebook has many entries concerning safe usage of these fluids, in which the keyword dissolve appears many times. One of these tubes was labeled Opera Epiclese, along with yesterday's date. It is empty. The notes also state that these dissolution properties work exclusively on people from Fontaine.
Oh dear.
It's likely that Halsey was chosen as some sort of test subject. As such, we believe that the defense's hypothesis is, in fact, supported by sufficient evidence.
You've got to be kidding! People dissolving into water?
Could something so ridiculous actually...
Wait a moment. This reminds me of a certain prophecy, but...
People can become water. Does that mean that the water tank's real use was as a means to hide water stains? And if Cowell was targeting that girl... Just a minute. Could that mean...
Demoiselle, wait! What about your partners?
Let's go. Just trust me.
Order! Order! It is undeniable that further examination of the deceased's... Still, let us assume that these clues are indeed authentic, albeit with... Guards, please continue. Mr. Linney, it appears your hypothesis...
Of course. Thank you. If we uphold this hypothesis, I believe that many of this case's seemingly unrelated clues can be connected together.
Right! Like the metal hook! That one didn't make sense at all. Let's think about this. Cowell's methods must have something to do with that water from the primordial sea.
Okay.
The deceased's name is Cowell. Linney's is... Lynette was in the magic box on stage. I remember there was something else within the inner layer of that box. Lynette was in the magic box on...
Oh, what?
The rope that strung the water tank up was lit by the fireworks and cut.
I don't know.
Now it seems like the hook rope was not meant for another magic trick, but was instead some form of triggering mechanism.
I'm gonna guess this one.
The water from the primordial sea should already have been prepped before Halsey entered the magic box. I remember there was something else within the inner layer of that box. Lynette was in the magic box on stage the entire time.
I don't even know if I'm doing this.
The rope that strung the water tank up was lit by the fireworks and cut. As such, the focus here is on the water and not the tank. Lynette was in the magic box on stage the entire time. Did she have something to do with this? I remember there was something else within the inner layer of that box.
Possibly
The
this?
rope that strung the water tank up.
Shoot!
Lynette was in the magic box on stage. I remember there was something else.
Oh, I got it that time.
It's in the original plan. Cowell would tamper with the water tank rope, and the number selector securing his target. When the magic box containing Halsey was lowered, the metal hook would retract gradually and pierce the balloon at the top of the box. When the balloon attached to the box popped, the water from the primordial seed inside. Afterward, Cowell would enter the tunnel and break the flower vase to conceal the water inside the tunnel, with the remaining evidence being covered up by the water tank on stage. But he encountered something unexpected.
Huh. That does make sense.
That actually links to...
Okay.
Oh dear, what do I do? Even I think...
Now, it seems like the only point of contention remaining is the exact circumstances that led to Cal's death. His notes mentioned he had an accomplice who could be related...
On that note, the guards have just contacted me. I shall now invite him on stage.
Thank you, Your Honor. We were just inspecting the luggage of... And we found an identical sample of the water from the primordial sea among Linny's personal effects.
What?
That can't be.
Does this, my dear citizen? Linny did not need to take part in the dissolution of the young woman at all. Indeed, he did leave the scene via the vent. Having made modifications to the props beforehand, his accomplice Cowell then caused Halsey to vanish using the water from the primordials. But upon his return, ultimately, he knocked Cowell out, and the tool... Now, as much as I regret having come to...
Right, I'm gonna refute you so hard.
We must have all the evidence we collected. Is this the end?
Shoot.
Oh no! Seems using the water as new evidence was too good a move.
I think we've all seen... I believe this is indeed... Now then, my good... excuse me, everyone.
Miss, I must ask...
Oh, come on. Don't be hasty. I have a good reason for interrupting, you know. I'll show you an amazing trick. One that can bring a young woman who is What?
No offense, miss, but...
Come on now, don't be silly. Magic is all... But once everyone believes the illusion, can't magic reveal the truth to them once again? And wouldn't such a trick be the most... Come on, Linny and Lynette. Give it another... But, as the magic makers and stars of the show...
I understand.
Okay.
And voila.
What?
Wait, isn't that Halsey?
To be clear, I'm only here because this person told me that if I testified, the merit of doing so would lessen my sentence.
It's the thief, isn't it?
I was hiding outside this room listening to the proceed. I was just feeling happy that no one had noticed me.
That'll teach you to underestimate us three.
Where should I begin? Firstly, my name isn't Halsey. It's Lily. I heard that Linny's show was gonna be a real thriller. That's how I make a living. I steal stuff here and there. And I'd never been caught before. But I was noticed at the harbor a few days ago, and I barely got away. Linny was the one who caught me in the act.
Hey, no wonder you look familiar. So you were the thief! Liddy even mentioned that you were pretty skilled.
Well, and I thought that would have been the end of it, but then the number selector chose me. He even mentioned the Fortress of Meripede. That's a prison, isn't it? So you can imagine how shocked I was. I thought he was on to me for sure. So I played along with the show while looking for an opening to flee. But then I got water poured on me for no reason, and then someone jumped into the tunnel to nab me. I wasn't going to take that lying down, so I knocked him out and stuffed him into the box. There was nowhere to run from there, though, so I had to change my clothes and hide in a box containing performance costumes. I slipped out after the first guard arrived at the scene and continued hiding inside the opera house.
Can a person even hide in there?
But I swear, I didn't know that the water tank would fall down. Really, I swear it. Had I known that, I wouldn't have put him in the magic box. I may be a thief, but I'm no killer.
Well, that makes everything pretty clear now, doesn't it?
This time, we need to tell the entire...
Okay.
The strange sound wasn't from a fight. It was Lily-Ann's attempt to break... The flower vase was not broken to cover anything up, but was smashed during the struggle between Lily-Ann and Cowell.
Okay.
Lily-Ann was afraid that she would be recognized if she left.
Okay, got you.
And it's instant! Having been selected out of the blue, her panic only intensified after she entered the tunnel and had water poured on her head. So she kicked the door open, producing the thud we all heard. Hearing the commotion, Cowell leapt into the tunnel, only to discover that Lily-Ann had not dissolved. He did not know that Lily-Ann was not from Fontaine, but was a thief. Mistakenly believing that the water from the primordial sea needed, the two broke the flower vase during the struggle, but Lily-Ann came out on top, knocking Cowell out and putting him in the box. With no way of escaping, she changed her clothes and hid in the costume trunk until the performance ended.
Whew, I think we're done. Okay.
She knew that she would have to go through guard inspection if she tried to leave afterward. So, she has been trapped in the opera house these last 2 days.
She had already become desperately hungry by the time we were chatting over macarons. So, she swiped 2 of them right under our noses. Talk about a sneaky thief.
At this point, all the events that happened in the tunnel have now come to light.
Ah, so that...
Bravo!
Now then, Lady Farina, do you... Please answer the question, Lady Farina. Also, if I may add, the trial has not yet ended.
What are you... No, I have no further arguments. I admit defeat.
Wow, look at that! She's like a deflated balloon now.
If there are no objections, then as the Chief Justice of Fontaine, I shall once again repeat. The actual perpetrator of the serial disappearances, Cowell, selected his next victim from the audience reservation list. With some modifications to the selector, he could ensure that the pre-selected young woman would be chosen. To cover up any evidence while committing the deed, Cowell thought of allowing the water tank to fall, which would conceal the water left behind after the young woman was dissolved. He also tampered with the rope suspending the water tank, using the fireworks at the end of the performance to cause the tank to drop and hide the watermarks. He poured the water from the primordial sea into a balloon during the preparation of the magic box and stuck it to the box's lid. Finally, he passed the prepared hook on a rope through the gap in the magic box's door when bringing the young woman to said box. When the magic trick officially began, the box containing the woman was lowered into the tunnel, tightening the hook rope and bursting the balloon containing the water. If all had gone to plan, the young woman would be dissolved at this time. However, Lillian was not from Fontaine, and thus fled the box with a loud noise. Realizing that there was trouble, Cowell entered the tunnel and met Lillian. Thinking that the waters had not yet taken effect, he decided to proceed. However, his opponent was more capable than he thought, and he was overcome, knocked unconscious, and placed into the magic box, and thus became his own final victim. Lillian, according to her own statements, then changed clothes and hid until the performance ended, before hiding in other parts of the opera house. As for Linny, he was in the underground structures within the opera house, and was thus ignorant of these happenings. From this reconstruction of events, we can conclude that Linny, the accused, is in fact innocent.
Yay!
While there is much in Linny and Lillian's conduct that should still be investigated separately, this case, at least, can be handed over to the Oratrice to make the final decision.
Okay. Beautiful.
As such, Linny and Lynette are officially declared not guilty.
Excuse me?
Great work, partners. Thank you all. Thank you so much.
Next, I think we deserve an explanation, Guard Vaughn. How did you find the water from the primordial sea?
Right! Your discovery caused me to make a serious mistake, you know.
I suspect that the accomplice mentioned in Cowell's notes was not Linny, but you, yes? I'm sure you know what you must...
Speak quickly! Unless you want to earn yourself a one-way ticket to Coupon Town.
We were supposed to place blame for the serial disappearances onto Linny, and thus cause suspicion to fall on the Fatui. The higher-ups said this was the best opportunity to do so.
And now that your plan has fallen through, and the secrets of the water have been revealed, you have become a liability to said higher-ups, yes? Therefore, you would be wise to tell everything you know, and seek the protection of the guards.
Yes, I'll tell you Our boss discovered that the water can cause people to dissolve. It can also be made into a potion, which when extremely diluted, can cause people to experience unforgettable exhilaration. We've been in this business for a while now, and have made decent more off it. The disappearances were also the boss's idea. I mean, this is the boss we're talking about. The...
Uh-oh.
Oh dear. He can no longer talk.
Such ruthlessness.
An outrageous act. All present, please submit to inspection immediately.
Oh dear. Remote triggered.
So, we're just going back now? That's...
Traveler, Paimon, please wait.
Linny...
I know you may not want to speak to me right now. Maybe, but still. Let me thank you again for defending me to the end. Even after, I guess. I didn't approach you with any ulterior motives or ill intent. As for why I'm a Fatus, it's because the goals of the House of the Hearth align with those of an orphan like me. That's all. That was how Father, who you might know as the Knave, approached recruiting us back then too.
The Knave? The one who controls the house?
That's right. And since we're here, I was wondering, back when our parents first died, Lynette and I were left wandering the streets. To survive, I took to surreptitiously observing an older street performer who did magic. It took me several days to figure out how he pulled off his amazing tricks. I took my sister through several streets until we found a crowded corner, and we began to perform magic tricks there. To my surprise, we proved to be pretty popular, and we could at least stop worrying about where our next meal would come from for a time. But I didn't want my sister to remain a street rat together with me forever. Before long, an aristocrat came to me and claimed that he wished to take us in after watching my performances.
So you went from orphans to nobility just like that?
That was how we felt at first, too. As if fate was on our side and we could say goodbye to those painful days. But I gradually discovered that while we were called foster children, he was really after my talent for magic tricks. He would constantly take me to all sorts of banquets to garner attention, which he would then use to expand his social circles.
That doesn't seem too bad either.
It took a while. After one particular performance at a banquet, I discovered that Lynette was not on the same return vehicle as me. I waited a long time after we returned home. The answer he gave me was, she caught the eye of the most eminent person at the banquet, so I sent her over as a gift.
What?
I mean, you'll be able to perform your magic.
Oh no. But what if
As far as outsiders are concerned, this is a relationship akin to adoption or foster care, and they have their ways of escaping the eye of the... I managed to ferret out the location of the mansion of that so-called eminent person. All I saw was the moonlit ground covered in blood. And then...
So, she don't...
That's right. She had rescued my sister before she could come to any harm, and had even discovered several girls hidden in a basement, all of them orphans. Father, I mean, the knave, might have seen something in me, and so she made me an offer. The House of the Hearth welcomes you, for your interests align with ours. Here, none will ever betray you. Indeed, betrayal shall never be permitted here. I was hesitant to trust her. I mean, I had just been betrayed by nobles, but she was also quick to destroy the noble who had taken us in at first, giving us back our freedom.
Oh, so that's how the two of you joined the House of the Hearth.
She has gained permission from the Tsaritsa to first use the Gnosis's power once she obtains it. She plans to use it to find a way to break the prophecy and save Fontaine.
So, she believes...
That's right. The whole House of the Hearth is currently working to combat that crisis. Today's case has also proven that people from Fontaine can indeed dissolve into some sort of water, thus further supporting the prophecy. All of us house members here, Lady Arlecchino herself included, are from Fontaine. We won't give up on defending our homeland.
Okay.
To us orphans, the only connection we have left to this world, apart from our family, is our homeland.
So, from small deeds like distributing magic pockets to huge schemes like stealing a Gnosis, everything is aimed at dealing with that prophecy.
It's all right. I just hope you can understand that even as a member of the House, I have never stopped making my own decisions, and that I believe what I'm doing is right. If you should need anything at all in the future, feel free to find me.
Okay.
Bye, Linny.
What the heck? What the heck was that? Huh? Oh,
Hey
hello.
there. What was with the disappearing act you pulled right as the trial ended?
Were you looking for us?
Well, this whole thing isn't exactly over, is it? I do feel that we're getting closer to solving the serial disappearance. Huh? What's wrong, my dear partner?
Besides, are you sure we're the... And given that there's new evidence from the trial...
Ah, I see. Well, I'm sorry.
Don't say that.
Aw, and we were having so much fun investigating with you, too.
We're so tired of being dragged into this
Like
messes.
new waters flowing into a stagnant mire. Sorry. Wait, shall we have a farewell meal?
Huh? Do we really...
Well, I'd just like to have a Anyway, it would just be a meal, so it shouldn't take up...
You don't have to twist Pylon's arm.
Oh, wonderful. In that case, why don't we return to the...
Alright then, let's have our...
She better not get dissolved. I want to pull for her. Oh, what just happened? Oh! We unlocked a fountain. Now, is the second Archon quest available? Yes, it is. So, we will do that another day. Probably tomorrow. So like that. I bid everyone adieu. I will send you off, hopefully, if Twitch behaves. I don't think it's going to behave. It never behaves. Just us, Twitch. I will send you over someone who is also exploring Fontaine.
You think I've got a sharp tongue? I just tell
And I
it
hope
like
you have a
it
good
is.
time.
If someone can't handle it, maybe
We are
that's their
ready.
problem.
3, 2, 1. I've clicked raid. Hopefully it's happening, and I will see you tomorrow. Goodbye. Wait, later today. If you're playing, if you're interested in Tower Fantasy, I will see you later. Bye.